So I think I come from a little bit of a biased position here. I've always been a fan of Aarin since I really started being a Momoclo fan almost 10 years ago. And I don't really know the reason why. There was just something about her that was always intriguing to me. And I remember I always went back and forth between her and Kanako. And because they were so different from each other, and each of them had different aspects about them that I really liked. But Aarin has always stood out to me and continues to do so, especially in the last few years. And so, because of this, I do come from a little place of bias. However, I will say that I don't think it distracts from the point. I think it's pretty universally agreeable that Aarin can be considered an idol icon. So that's why I'm making this video anyway. I don't think it's really debatable, but I don't know. It's really interesting because, well, I mean, I already talked about Momoclo as a unit, of course, and then I talked about Reni, but I really do think Aarin belongs with this, or she deserves this like icon status, in my opinion, because she is kind of, I don't want to say quintessential, but she is a very special breed, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. See, the thing is, Aarin started out really early. Probably started out younger than the others, except for maybe Momoka. And what was really interesting is she kind of started out doing kind of junior idol stuff, which is a little bit weird, but eventually when she got into like Stardust and stuff, that's when her career really started to like go in the direction that we all know, and I would presume we're all very fond of. And the thing about Aarin is that her direction has been really consistent, and that direction has always been just like pursuing music. There's something about that for some reason I really admire. She has a real passion and interest in music, all facets of it, in as far as like the business is concerned. She's become, I mean, of course, she's, the idol of Momoclo, of course. She's appeared at so many idol festivals, just solo, as opposed to the other members of the group. She is the producer of her own idol group. She has designed the set lists for not only her solo concerts, but also even Momoclo concerts. She's put together like the set lists. She's designed set lists for in specific ways to, organize them in certain ways that helps them like flow in a particular way that made sense for the themes of the shows. And she's, she's kind of like a multi-instrumentalist in a way. Well, I know she knows guitar at least, right? And of course she can sing, and she's a fantastic performer on stage and on TV too. I mean, she's always been really famous with, having a very special relationship with the camera. Her presence on social media is, I think it's worthy of icon status. She doesn't always put stuff on like Instagram or whatever, but when she does, it's always like she front loads it, basically. She gives so much stuff like right out the gate, and then it's like kind of radio silence for a little bit, and then it's always a series of posts, basically, right? And in a way, it's kind of like the new incarnation of the Aarin blog, which of course, now nobody really thinks about, or I don't even think really people remember. But back in the day, Aarin had, I mean, all of the members of Momoclo had their own like amoeba, whatever, blog, and those all just sort of died out. And Aarin was like kind of the last stronghold of that, I think, which I thought was really interesting. But she really did kind of care about that for a while. And I remember like years ago, I would like try to translate them and put them on my blog. But in any event, she so much of what she does revolves around everything music, really. I mean, she has taken on acting roles before, of course, but like, where Kaneko is more on the acting side, and Aarin is more on the side of like, the music stuff. And I really like that. You have to admire someone because she looks up to Ayumi Hamasaki, and she wants to, be like her hero. I mean, she had like a whole era years ago where she styled her hair like Ayumi Hamasaki, And so she, at least from what I understand, she wants to kind of pursue that kind of thing. And honestly, I think she's doing it with a pretty solid success. And it's really cool to see that. She definitely works extremely hard to do what she does. And even when she takes her trips to Disney, she always has something to share about it. I know she goes to Disney quite often, but that's fine. She really likes it. And well, why not, right? Queen's got to relax too, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I think Aarin very much deserves her place as kind of an idol icon, at least in my mind, because when you look at the way she's sort of developed over the course of her career as an idol with Stardust and Momoclo and everything like that, going from, just kind of being the, albeit mature for her age, baby of the group to kind of where she is now, I really do think that she has an extremely like bright future ahead of her in her career. She's had, a couple of setbacks here and there. She had that weird facial paralysis thing happen a couple years ago or something, and that was really weird. But, she's long since recovered from that, and she continues to put on great solo concerts and continues to just continue her projects and maybe even start new ones in the future. And maybe we'll get a new album. Anything can happen. And I'm really looking forward to what she has in store for us. And just like as an idol, I think she really has succeeded in, delivering on what makes an idol in a way, I guess. So, yeah, Aarin. And I saved this for her birthday. Isn't that wonderful? In any event, let me know what you think about this in the comments below if you have any thoughts. Aarin is the best in the world, I think. In a from a certain point of view. No. Strong bias here, but she's great. I've always liked. I have a poster of her actually. Maybe I'll show it one day. But yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Let me know what you thought about any of this in the comments below. I'll see you next time with something new. And in the meantime,